Hey everybody, Royce from Hill Country CNC and Woodworking, and I got a couple new toys to play with. I bought the xTool D1 Pro, more or less just because I wanted to try out this screen printer. In my business, I do CNC work and laser engraving and etching, but one of the gaps that we always had was being able to print something on a piece of clothing like this. So this might be the solution for us. My wife has always been interested in these, in screen printing, and I think this is the baby step to get us into that. Stay with us and we're going to show you how this works and whether or not it's worth buying. So I'll be doing a video on the xTool and then on the screen printer. So there'll be two different videos. This one is the unboxing of the xTool D1 Pro, and the next one will be the screen printer. Hey, that was well secured.
So I wanted to mention right off the bat that the kind of flaws in this video, this was actually the first video I ever recorded, so there was a large learning curve going on, and I apologize for some of the sound clipping and video moving. The tripod was actually on the carpet, which every time I moved it would bump a little bit. Right there, you just saw it. But I fixed those things, and you can look at my channel and see that the other ones are already better. So this is just me unboxing. There's not much to it. You have a couple boxes, and I go through those in a second. One of the things I really wanted to mention about all of this is that I'm unsponsored. If you look at stuff for xTool, there is sponsorships everywhere, and you'll see so many people getting sponsored, and to me that's okay, but it does mean that they're getting paid to approve a item. So this is completely unsponsored, and I hope it carries a little weight with you.
So walking through the unboxing, we have a few things here. The first box, this little guy is just your instructions, and it's got a little thank you note, the magical things that you can build. It's kind of cool, give you some ideas. A quick start guide, and then the official instructions. The second box, if you check this out, good marketing here, it's going everywhere, is materials that you can use. Got some cork board, it has your basic plywood, a little metal sheeting. This is a diode laser. For those of y'all who don't know about lasers, you have basically your diode, your CO2, and then your fiber laser are your three main things. Diode and CO2 will not cut this metal. So your standard sheet of metal, it won't cut it. But there's a difference in cutting, engraving, and etching. So it can engrave and etch, but not cut. It's got a few more different little materials in here. Some of this stuff I don't even recognize what it is, but seems cool. So moving on, I think this is where we hit the cool box. This little sucker right here is your accessory box. I always geek out about accessories. So you have a pair of glasses, some zip ties, and this cool little thing here. I'll start with the glasses. For those of you who are new to lasering, you do have to wear laser protective glasses. So you get these really cool, hey, they match my shirt, really cool glasses. You probably wear them while you're driving or something like that. The lasers will burn your eyes, so you gotta wear them. If you're filming, interesting note, because a lot of people don't know this, if you're filming like this, your laser, you can burn your camera too. So you can completely destroy your camera with filming laser. Zip ties, don't know what they're for yet. This little box is kind of cool. I've seen this before. It comes with an actual pretty good tool for assembling your laser. So it's got the Allen wrenches, and it's got your little screwdrivers, and a lot of the small parts, the counterweight, oh, that's bent. The SD card, we might have a problem. It's bent. So we'll see where that goes from there. So the last things before we actually start assembling is your power supply, standard 110 power supply. This bag has some lubrication and your connection wires from laser to device, PC, whatever, and then the 2 connector wires for the actual lasering machine. And last but not least is your laser. This is your diode laser. Laser right there. This little orange thing does provide a little bit of protection, but definitely not enough. So if you want to protect your eyes, don't rely on that. And we're just going to go ahead and hop into assembling. So the first step is going to be taking your screwdriver and Allen wrench, and you'll notice there's the screwdriver side and an Allen wrench side. They both can go in here, and you put the Allen wrench side. Then you find the little bitty screw, and it goes in the corners on A, B, and C. I do these loosely. Right? And then we're going to take this and get it as square as possible, because if it's not square, one of the cool things I like is it says 1-to-1 ratio, and you need 2 of them, and it'll have the color and it fits 1-to-1, so you know which one it is. Good thinking. So we got these 2. I'm going to go right in here. So then you're going to flip it up on end, and you want to have this box over here and this right here. When this comes in the box, this part is going to be down. So if you look at the picture real carefully, you want to move it up, right? So that you have it up here. Then you take the adjusting rod slide it in here. And that doesn't look like it does anything. So you have the belt tensioner here, and then it comes over here, and this basically is what's going to hold this together. And tighten those up. Voila.
This step is just attaching this little cable, the bigger one. And in a second, you will see I did a screenshot of the exact placement with this video. It didn't turn out really good, so I gave you an extra little picture there. It has little notches, and the notches are for basically lining it up. There is only one way that it'll go in, and here's the zoomed in picture. No rocket science here, you're just zip tying everything. I chose to do the zip ties coming out the bottom. It just seemed like an easier way to accomplish the task. If you do it with the zip tie on the inside, it'll be really hard to get to. Get yourself a good pair of cutters and snip off the excess. Oh wait, I said a good pair. This is embarrassing. How can you make a tool that doesn't cut plastic? Yep, those are
you kidding me?
One thing I wanted to mention, the instructions for xTool are really good diagram pictures. Think about Lego. Only issue is no words, no explanation.
So now you want to take this piece here and keep the black ties, but cut the white ones. So I'm going from the back where it's more accessible. And we just remove those ties and carefully turn it back over. So if you look at this, it says that you're supposed to plug in right here, but I started looking, I was like, is it this one? No. This one, this one, this one, no. And I couldn't figure it out. And then I realized that down in here there was another one tucked in, and that was it, and it just pops right in. So we're now going to take this piece and mount it right here. We've got 4 screws, 2 on each side, right? And screwdriver. The thing to notice is taking this motor and lining it up on this side so it's not like this, you know. The wires just need to stay out of the way. So line it up here, line it up here. Get one in there.
If you're not aware of it, I'm pretty good at making paint dry faster. Sometimes my content is a little slow, and that's why I put chapters down below. You can go and literally jump to wherever you're having problems with your assembly, or if you want to look at the review or any of the other parts of this video that I did, just go down into the description and there are chapter timelines that you can click on.
Okay, then go back, tighten, 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 tighten. Got another blue screw. Throw it in there, that's your belt tensioner. Just leave it loose. You're then going to get this little guy right here. You can see him. And it's the same thing. Find the correct side. Harder to tell with him. And poke it down in there. Then you want to take this cable and run it down the side to here. And we'll flip it around so you can see it here. And go ahead and do the same thing. So we got all three of those in there, they line up. So we come back over, we're just going to come back over tie these. So on here it shows plugging in to basically right here. It doesn't show the laser at all. If you look at the laser, there it is. This part will mount here and this goes in right there. So this is your laser and this is your air assist. There's a little sticker so this is your laser and this is your air assist nozzle, and that's just a cap. You can actually take the cap now and just put it on there, and that's fine. This just goes right in there. This thing's stupid. Little YouTube magic. I got it lined up. And you want that facing up. I don't think it needs to be really tight. So this part's easy. We're going to take the laser. It's got these caps here. Slide it on there. Lock it down. And then rotate this guy to where you can see this. And this is a little tricky, but you want these tabs facing out. Locked in. And I guess that last step is to kind of slide this so that it protects that right there.
Next step is throwing the SD card in, and it only goes in one direction, so if you put it in the other way it won't work, and it's that black shiny spot below the button. It's very small, kind of hard to find, but it clicks right in.
So you need to adjust the tension in these belts, and that's done with this right here in this middle. So you test and get them about the same. And then on this one, it's right here, but you can also loosen this up and then tighten, and then tighten that up and put it back. So you have your cord. That's real simple. Plug that in, and then of course you got another one of these zip ties, and that goes right there, and you have your on off right there. You're ready to go. Alright folks, that's it. The laser's put together, and I'll come back to you in a little bit and show you whether it worked or not. Hey, Royce from Hill Country CNC and Woodworking, and I'm back with video 2. We got the xTool D1 Pro set up. It was pretty easy. The process was not bad at all. I think it took me maybe an hour with filming. So, you know, filming takes tons of time. We're going to go ahead and set up the screen printer and see if we can get this thing going. So I'm going to go ahead and start with, for the initial unboxing, this thing's huge and pretty heavy. That was a horrible one. So I'm not sure that the average person will be able to take this thing out of the box by themselves. But let's jump into it. I already have. Got some instructions, frequently asked questions, and marking paper. You got this bar. I actually know what this is. This is so you can lift up the back of your screen printer to make things match. A little foamy. I don't know what this is. And then the box. And this is going to be crazy. Gonna let y'all look at me struggle.
So, right off the bat, I'm gonna say, cool box.
engraving department's really good. And I guess their boxing department's pretty good too. So you open that up and you got more foamies. And you have this box here, which is the majority of the weight, I think. And in here is the actual machine. So, just trying to get this box out of the way because it takes up so much viewing space. You got rails. More foam, the paint knife, and the squeegee with a magnet. I like that, that's a great idea. And the rest of this is just a big box, so we'll get rid of that. Get rid of our cool art. And then we're back to this guy, this big son. So we're back with the box. And it's an easy flip open, and you got some paper, and then your screens. So it depends on what package you bought, but these are how your screens come. I think I got 10 or something like that. A bag to print on. A markup board, a wood markup board, more foamies, your paints. So it comes with 6 paints in the one that I got, and these are screen printing ink. Sorry for the pause, but normally it would tell you whether it's water-based or not. I didn't see that. This is a knob, so make sure you don't throw this little insert out. And your screws. And you take this big piece of foam out. We got more paint. So, you know this is a starter kit. You're not going to get a professional setup straight out of the box. But it gives you a good idea of where you need to be. The rest is just removing foamies. And then you've got your screen holders, which we have 4 screen holders. That is it for the beautiful box. I have to admit, I'll have a hard time getting rid of this box. So one of the things we need to do right off the bat is go ahead and take this little piece that was in with the paint, and what it is it's a knob, and you just take that out. This is going to be harder than it looks. You're going to screw that in there like that. Not as bad as I thought it would be. And then on this, carefully cut that tape so that you don't damage your machine or cut your hand. You're going to remove this to facilitate operation. And last, you have to remove the zip ties, which they went pretty overboard on. I don't even know how I'm going to get to these. They're at a funny angle. And all that was just to keep the I don't know what to call it yet because I'm new at this. Keep it in place. So we're going to go ahead and swap over to this. You need to release the tension on all of these guys. This is the top, and you're going to flip it over like that, and you can see where these rails come closer. You want them as close in as possible. You then take this and put it in there like that. You take a set of your long rails, set of short rails, so this is a little bit unnatural feeling to me. You take it like that, you place it in there, and you come to this side and do the opposite. One. This side doesn't want to go in. So there you go. Then you lock it, which pulls these out. This back here doesn't want to go any tighter. From here, you're just going to take that off. And so for this one, you have to line these up. These are all magnets, so this is actually pretty annoying. I was fooling around with it earlier. You get it all lined up. There's two reference lines here. There's got to be an easier way. This can be the comedy section of this video. There you go. So it's all lined up, it's locked in. Magnetic, so you can remove it pretty easily. This is to line up your shirt. So here we are. We're basically at the point where we could screen print. I skipped the step where you laser it because my wife hasn't told me what to laser yet. That's the bottom line. So you have your setup here and it just slides right in. Pretty easy. I go ahead and put it parallel and then you lock these in and that'll keep this from moving. And then, in theory, you would push this down and lock the screw here. You'll also notice these three up here, they're going to adjust your board underneath so that you can line up your material with your shirt or whatever you're making. Right? So one of the things I noticed that I don't like, but it's probably not a problem because, well, let me just jump into it. The lifter doesn't hold it down on this side. It's plenty flush down here, but it's not here. So to me, what I'm thinking is when I cut my design on here, I'm going to have more tension on this side than on this side, which could cause a difference in the way that the ink lays down. The flip side of that is when you put your paint on here and you have your squeegee, you're going to be pushing down, so it's going to hold it down. It's just that second that when you're done, it's going to have a little bit of gap in there and possibly not hold as well. So once that's complete and you're done squeegeeing, you just bring it back up and you're able to unlock it. Pretty cool system. So this is causing an echo, that's cool. So as a professional laser operator, I wanted to give my first 2 cents about this whole system. Very well built. There is nothing on here that I think is poorly built. Even, you know, this material is a very high grade plywood. All the aluminum parts are great, all the steel parts are great, the bearings roll super smoothly. I have not seen anything that, building wise, I think that xTool, you know, cheated on. It looks like a really, really well built laser and screen printer. And I'll compare that to my professional grade OM Tech laser. And I'm going to tell you right now that this is better built than my OM Tech. Better parts. The capability obviously is still very different. And the price was very, very different. Worries in the beginning. Of course, I haven't even fired this thing up yet. My wife hasn't told me exactly what she needs me to graphically generate so we can laser it. Initial thoughts was a lot of the electronic components, they have no safety systems, no RF type protection, so that if something magnetic or whatever touches that your whole system isn't fried. That is a concern to me, but you know, caution is the way to fix that one, really. I was kind of annoyed that the manual didn't tell anything about how much to tension the belts. It just said to make them even, more or less. And then I also question, because I have a laser, I know what this is with the air assist, and I say to myself, okay, well, you're going to put that there, but you're not going to add the air assist. So to me, that's a little silly. It's a way to make the tool cheaper, but once you get into lasering, you understand that air assist is pretty important. So that's an additional thing that you're going to have to buy. You're going to have to buy the pump and the regulator and all this stuff to make that air assist work. This is really annoying. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it's echoing to me. For the screen printer, as of right now, I see nothing wrong with it. It's really easy to put together. It's very sturdy. I don't see anything that I'm not really happy about with this. We'll find out. I'm going to do some lasering. Probably, well, this video will have lasering in it, but we're at that little part now where I'm in between. So as of right now, I see nothing wrong with this. This is great. xTool, again, couple little questions. It's so annoying. Maybe I can get the echo there. xTool, no real complaints as of yet. It is pretty easy to put together. I am a engineer mind type person, so putting stuff together is kind of what I do. But could the average person put this together? Yeah, I think so. Are the instructions in the manual good enough for you to put this together? Maybe not. But they do have a QR code in the manual for videos, as well as this video. And there's a few other videos out there that talk about the system. I didn't see much about actually putting it together like I did here, but it's pretty simple. And between their video, my video, and their instruction manual, this is not hard to do. I think that's really it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. That's how we do what we do. That's how we get new followers. And come see me for more videos. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Hey, I didn't mention the software that comes with the program. It's an online software, which is cool in some ways, not cool in others. The main thing is that when you're doing your designing, you kind of have to be hooked to some type of internet. I'm going to do another video about that software. I like it. With the rest of my lasering, I use Lightburn, but the xTool software is very capable and probably easier to manage than something like Lightburn. To me, Lightburn had a little more capability, the intricate ability to hone in on little details, whereas, you know, this software just kind of doesn't. To me, it's very similar to the Cricut software interface. So if you like Cricut, you will like this software. It's good stuff. It works. There's no problem. It takes hardly any time at all to figure out. And I mean, it worked for us. So just a comment, a lot of people that would be buying this are probably wondering, can you make money with it? The answer is absolutely yes. We, in the time from filming this to now, which has actually been like 8 months, we have fulfilled a few contracts. It's not something we push a lot. Like I said, we do CNC and woodworking with some lasering on the side. But we have been able to fulfill contracts selling shirts and sweaters and stuff like that are monogrammed. So it works, and yeah, if you use it, it'll make money.